Welcome back to another Unreal Engine 4 game development session. So with my ray trace emitter system that I have here, so on all this stuff, I noticed a problem a couple days ago, and I've yet to actually be able to fix it because I couldn't really identify what the actual problem was. But this morning I was able to figure out what the cause of it is. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. Um, where so um, so I'm left one's client 1, right one's client 2. You can see client 1 I'm hitting at his feet, but on client 2 I'm hitting his thigh. So that's a problem with the so what's happening, I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but oh man, that's a lot of spam for the console, but whatever. As you could see, client 1 is at 209 on the X. On the server it's like 341, so within a couple of, it's ranging from there. It's an approximate. That's over 130 something off for the x-axis, and then the y-axis is about 40 out. The z doesn't really matter in this case, but so that is a problem with the player camera not being the same on the client and the server. And how to fix that, I have no clue. Once I figure out how to fix that, I will update you guys. Well, I finally fixed it after like 4 days of trying, and it turns out this whole system is garbage. Oops, did not mean to actually move it like that, but let's see. Yeah, it turns out this whole system is garbage. I had to rewrite and look at tutorials and stuff like that, or not tutorials necessarily, but like just information on a bunch of other different things and trying to figure out how to get it to work properly. And I finally found a tutorial that showed me how to do it, and I don't remember the exact name of the tutorial or the guy that did it, but helped me out a lot. And yeah, so this is the old system. It's not hooked up at the moment. It's constantly off. I seriously could not figure it out. I tried to use the camera manager. I tried to use everything with this specific system, and I couldn't really do it. I was working on the graphics write-up or whatever on how to break it down, and try to figure it out that way, not necessarily with blueprints, but like with pseudocode, and trying to figure out how to break it down that way. So yeah, this is the system. So I'm not using LineTrace by channel anymore. I'm using, I mean, I can, doesn't really matter, honestly. I could use LineTrace by object, which is what I'm using down in this new system. So this is the old one, and this is the new one. It's a little tiny bit more complicated, but it's essentially the same thing. So I'm going to hook this back up, recompile it. So essentially what I'm doing is, on the fire, it gets the player camera, the world location, adds it, and then like it gets the world location, that's the start point, and then it adds it to the forward vector, which is multiplied by 9,999. Doesn't matter, this number doesn't really matter, just how far it will trace forward. And then it adds the world location plus the forward vector times this number, it adds it, and then that's the endpoint, and then this is the object type. So I have it detecting world static, physics, pawn, world dynamic, and destructible. And then for the multicast line trace, or well, I guess I should run on server line trace. So that's how this is set up, as start and object types, and it runs on server. It's not reliable. I could probably make this reliable, and it would probably be fine. So I made another custom event multicast LineTrace executes on all multicast. I probably could set this to reliable, doesn't really matter, honestly. LineTrace for objects, and then all I did to do this was just take this object and drag it onto this custom event, and then that's all I got to do. It's real simple. I'll show you how to do it. There we go. So that's how you do that. And then it out hits, gets the break result, and then it passes that over to spawn emitter. At the impact point, it sets the location of the emitter. The emitter is explosion, which is a default emitter, and then it plays the sound at the location, which plays explosion 2, which I'm probably going to record a custom explosion sound sound, just to probably going to be like a pew pew or something stupid. And then it gets the impact point, and then that's the location. So the emitter and the sound are spawning at the exact location of where it hits, or where the line trace for objects hits, or line trace for channel, I believe, works the same way. And then it branches. If it's true, it casts to my character blueprint, which is also another thing that I wasn't doing in the old system up above this. And then I have a kind of a crummy health system set up right now. Basically, all you need is two float variables, health and damage. So health I have set at 100. I don't need to replicate it because it's already replicating from the multicast event, which is nice. It's extra steps you don't have to do. Honestly, you probably want health this replicated, or probably just replicated. So when you have to call it in like a UI or something, you could then have it replicated. But honestly, it's not that big of a deal for right now. Once I actually need to do that, I'll probably switch it over. So it casts my character blueprint. It sets my health, and then it gets the health, and then it gets the damage, and then minuses. So it's kind of just a flat damage of 10. And then it takes these two, health and damage, and minuses it, and then sets it. And then there's a delay. It prints it out. This is just for debugging here. You could have it to where if your health is less than or equal to 0, you destroy the actor. I don't have it that way at the moment. But yeah, you could do it that way. I just have this for debugging. And then for the print string, I have the impact point. So it displays exactly where it hits, just to make sure and to verify where it's hitting. That's at the exact location that I want it. So I'm going to run over to these boxes. Oh, and I also changed my camera. Go over here. Whoa, my FPS has just dropped like crazy. So as you can see, I mean, I don't have the up and down pitch replicated. I don't have those animations specifically, but I'm gonna client 1. I'm gonna look at the feet. Client 2. I'm gonna shoot at the feet. See, it's pretty accurate. It's actually pretty much spot on. It's within. It's within the decimal points, and honestly, that's probably due to the animation. Yeah, like that's the same. Actually, that's exactly the same. So yeah, everything is perfectly replicated. It doesn't. This is probably just something. I think the line trace by objects, but it's. So as you can see, like client 2 is hitting there, and it's actually on the correct side. As you can see, it's pretty much spot on, and I mean that's within a margin of error, I guess. I mean, it's within acceptable limits, I guess, which is nice. Yeah, so all I have to do is set it to where once your character hits 0 health, it destroys the actor, and then there's a basic health system, and then I could implement a UI. now that I have this fixed, I will probably continue working on this project a little bit more and getting out some more videos. I have a couple more ideas, and I'm constantly writing down more stuff. And if you guys have any suggestions or requests on what you want to see, just within the realms of me being able to do it, as long as it's not too crazy complicated, because I don't really know Unreal Engine all that well. I could do it. I could show it. Would also be good for for me to learn and stuff. As you can see, I have player spawns. These are actually player spawns, up to 10 players. This is how I'm gonna have my players spawning. And currently there is this issue. These are not actual players spawned. They're just billboards of a player, and sometimes they replicate. Like they're not replicated. Like they have collision and everything. Like it's kind of annoying, honestly. But yeah. So like this one is this guy's running, but he's like flat. So like, why are you running? Doesn't really make any sense. But yeah. So as you can see, like the camera is attached to the player's head, so which is nice. Yeah, so that's I fixed it finally. So thanks for watching, guys. I know this video is a little bit longer than my other ones, but yeah, see ya.